Attention passionate Washington Commanders fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Washington Commanders' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Washington Commanders fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS, and Washington Commanders FANS. Let's get to the news. There's a lot of buzz swirling around the NFL lately, and one of the most intriguing pieces of this puzzle involves Will Anderson Jr., the rising star from the Houston Texans. Now, for those of you who haven't been paying close attention, Anderson has been making waves this season with his disruptive presence on the defensive line. He's a guy who can change the tone of a game with his speed, power, and relentless motor. And now, it looks like the Washington Commanders are lurking in the background, eyeing a potential trade that could shake up the entire NFC East. Sources close to the league are revealing that the Texans, currently sitting at a 4-5 record for 2025 and facing a tight cap situation of around $19. $5 million are open to trading Anderson Jr. before the upcoming deadline on November 4th. The Texans are reportedly prioritizing youth on the offensive line, especially with the big extension they're planning for quarterback C.J. Stroud, who's expected to command around $30 million as a rookie contract. With their cap space limited and their front seven still somewhat inconsistent, averaging about 2.5 sacks per game, they're considering trading Anderson for a third-round pick in the 2026 draft. It's a move that's raising eyebrows because, on paper, losing a player like Anderson could weaken their pass rush and overall defense, which has been giving up about 23 points per game in the AFC South this season. Now, the NFL insiders, including Adam Schefter, are pointing out that the Texans are feeling the pressure to make a move. The deadline is approaching fast, and while some analysts are skeptical about trading such a promising young star, others see the Texans' perspective. The argument against it is that Anderson is a game changer. In 2025, he's already proven his worth with 7 sacks, 38 pressures, and 10 tackles for loss. His PFF grade has been outstanding at 88.5, and his EPA per snap sits at -0.35, indicating he's been highly effective when on the field. Anderson also demonstrates elite speed running a 4.60 40-yard dash, which allows him to bend the edge and generate consistent pressure on quarterbacks. His ability to rush the passer and influence the game in multiple ways has made him a cornerstone of Houston's defense. But the Texans aren't just looking to offload talent without considering the bigger picture. They're in a bit of a rebuild mode, and cap management is critical right now. With Stroud's rookie deal taking up a significant chunk of their cap, alongside their need to extend other young players, they're also dealing with a front that's still finding its footing, averaging just 2.5 sacks per game. The trade speculation mirrors situations like the Bosa trade from a couple of years ago, which temporarily weakened the Chargers' pass rush, causing their pressure rate to drop by about 16% in 2023. It's a gamble, but one that the Texans seem willing to take if they get enough draft capital in return. On the other side of the coin are the Washington Commanders, who are actively looking to bolster their pass rush. They've been a team that struggled to generate consistent pressure on opposing quarterbacks, averaging only about 2 sacks per game this season. That's an area where Anderson could really make an immediate impact. Imagine pairing him with the likes of Chase Young and Montez Sweat. Suddenly, that front becomes a nightmare for offenses. Anderson's presence would inject explosiveness into the Commanders' pass rush, potentially adding an average of 9 more sacks over the course of the season. His ability to bend the edge and generate pressure would also help reduce the number of clean pockets for quarterbacks, which is crucial for a team that's looking to take a leap forward. And let's talk about the impact in critical situations. Anderson's pressures and run-stopping ability are game changers, especially on third down. The Commanders have been solid but inconsistent on third down defense, and Anderson's knack for bending the edge and creating pressures could bump their third down conversion rate down significantly, by around 19%, according to projections. Plus, his ability to generate tackles for loss, TFL, can help stifle the run game and force opponents into longer second and third down situations, giving the defensive coordinator more flexibility in calling plays. His addition would also bolster the team's dominance in late-game situations, where clutch plays on third down and in the red zone are often the difference between a win and a loss. From an overall team-building perspective, adding Anderson could be a pivotal move for the Commanders. They're already on the rise, and their odds of making a deep playoff run are improving. According to some betting odds, the Super Bowl LXI winners' odds have shifted from +7, 500 earlier in the season to around +3, 800 now, reflecting growing confidence in this roster's potential. Anderson's presence could be the final piece needed to push the Commanders from a solid team into serious contenders. His ability to rack up sacks, projected at an additional 9 if he joins Washington, along with his influence on third down efficiency, can accelerate their ascent towards elite status. Now, the bigger picture is also worth considering. Anderson's addition isn't just about improving the pass rush, it's about transforming the entire defense into a more dominant unit. His elite speed, combined with his relentless motor, makes him a versatile threat. He can rush the passer, set the edge against the run, and create chaos for offenses trying to establish rhythm. For the Commanders, this isn't just about one player. It's about elevating the entire defense and creating a culture of relentless pressure that opponents will dread. The kind of pressure that leads to turnovers, quick punts, and drives stalling out. It's exactly the kind of boost that could make the difference in close games, especially in the NFC East, where every possession counts. And speaking of the NFC East, this division has been historically competitive, with teams like the Eagles, Cowboys, and Giants all vying for supremacy. Adding a player like Anderson Jr. would not only give Washington a significant upgrade defensively, but also send a message to their rivals that they're serious about contending. It's a move that could shift the division's power dynamics, especially if Anderson can replicate or even surpass his 2025 production with the Commanders. The fans are already excited about the potential. Many envision a defense that can consistently pressure the quarterback, force turnovers, and give the offense a chance to shine. In terms of the long-term outlook, bringing Anderson into the fold could be a game-changer. The Commanders are clearly in a rebuild phase, but they're also looking to fast-track their path back to respectability and playoff contention. With the right pieces around him, Anderson could be the cornerstone of a defense that's built to last. His youth and ascending trajectory make him an ideal fit for a team that's trying to establish a winning culture. Plus, his presence on the field would motivate the entire unit, raising the standard for everyone else. Of course, all of this hinges on the negotiations and whether the Texans are willing to part ways with Anderson. The trade deadline looms, and the league is buzzing with rumors. If the Texans get the third-round pick they're asking for and see this as a rebuild opportunity, we could see Anderson donning the burgundy and gold very soon. The Commanders would then have to act quickly, making a compelling case to the Texans that this move makes sense for both sides. It's a delicate dance, but one that could pay off big time for Washington. As fans, we're all hoping this isn't just speculation, but a sign of things to come. Imagine the roar of FedEx Field when Anderson hits the quarterback or makes a game-changing play. The energy, the excitement. This is exactly what the Commanders need to take that next step towards Super Bowl contention. Anderson's addition would be a statement. The team is serious about winning now, about building a defense that strikes fear into opponents, and about finally fulfilling the promise that's been building for years. And now, Washington Commanders fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Do you think Anderson Jr. is the missing piece? Would you be happy to see him in burgundy and gold? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Washington Commanders. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Washington Commanders news. This is an exciting time for the franchise, and the possibilities are endless if they make the right moves at the right time. Keep the faith, and let's see what the future holds.